JODHA Akbar, the 20th of November 2021 update. For more updates please don't forget to subscribe. Hashia comes to Ruks and says, I have brought your favorite food. Eat it. Ruks sees food and says, this is my favorite? Even dog doesn't eat this. She throws it and asks him to brings another dish. He leaves. Ruks says, what does Jodha think of herself? She gave all business to Salima. Salima doesn't deserve it. She did that as she is afraid of giving me duty, as I will take her position. You will see what I do in your absence. Your business will be destroyed. Rahim and Jodha disguised. Rahim comes to Goons and says, we want to stay here for a while. We are on a journey. Let us stay. The head goon asks, what you need? Rahim says, we are going to some place. We want to stay here for some time. My sister, Jodha, will make food for you all and also will dance. Head goon says, no, this can't happen. Go from here. Jodha thinks, if I want to find Jalal then I have to stay here only. Jodha says, we will not disturb you. We will make great food for you and will also entertain you by dancing. Help us poor. Goon sees her with bad intention and says, okay, you can stay here but follow what you have said. Rahim says, we will follow your order. Thanks. Jodha whispers to Rahim that we have to find Jalal. Moti is working in den of goons. Jodha asks Moti, did you find about Jalal? She says no. Jodha says, you work in kitchen? Ask cook there that for whom they make food. Jodha finds Nisar there and says he? She says, this means Jalal is here only. He doesn't know I am here. I have to hide my face from him. Nisar stops her. Jodha covers her face with dupatta. Nisar says, I am thirsty. Give me water. Jodha gives it. Nisar thanks and leaves. Jodha have sigh of relief. Hamida and Ruks comes to Salima. The financier tells that Turkey has ordered more spices. Salima says, I will see it. Hamida asks her to take some rest. Ruks says, you can give work to me too. Salima says, you have many responsibilities. It's not easy to handle harem, that's why Jodha didn't burden you. They statement fall from Salima's hand. Ruks bends to pick it up and hides one official statement. She leaves from there with it. Jodha says to Rahim that distribute herbal medicines here and try to find link to Jalal. Goons stop them and ask, what are you doing near tent of soldiers? Rahim says, I have brought herbal medicines for soldiers. Soldier says, I will bring other injured people. Rahim and Jodha sit to do their treatment. They ask random questions like how you got injured etc. to them to get link of Jalal. Mon asks doctor about Jalal. He says, I am trying to nullify poison effect but all in God's hand. Rahim is distributing medicine in clinic. He says to Jodha that we didn't get anything about Jalal. Jodha leaves from there. She comes out of tent. She sees other tents and tries to find Jalal. She says where he must be. Jodha comes in one tent. Soldier asks, where are you going? There is no one inside. Jodha says, I was taking medicines for injured people. Soldier takes medicine from her. She leaves and Mon goes out to same tent. Soldier brings Jodha's medicine to doctor and says one girl gave it. Doctor applies it to Jalal. Rahim says to Jodha that we tried a lot but don't know anything about Jalal. Jodha says, I can feel his presence here. Rahim says, then we would have seen him here. Maybe they are sent to some other place. Jodha says that will be known by staying here only. I will not go from here. Rahim says, we can't stay here much. If they doubt us then we are gone. Goon comes and says Nisar has called you. He leaves. Jodha says, why did he call me at this time? Rahim says, I will come with you. Jodha says, no, I will handle everything. If I get late then come there. She leaves with Moti. Ruks is looking at official statement. Hashia brings a girl Ghazala. Ruks says, I listened that you can Copy statements. Write a statement like this and write date of 1 week later. Ghazala says work will be done. Ruks gives her money and says send this letter to Salima. Ghazala leaves. Ruks says Salima will get this statement and date will be of 1 week later, so export things will reach 1 week late. Jalal will be insulted again and then he will realize Jodha is wrong to do this work. Hoshiar says your name should be Hashia Begum. She laughs. Jodha and Modi comes to Nisar. Nisar says I listened that you women dance good. You have to dance in function. English men and king is coming in function. Don't come in veil. I have listened that you women are beautiful. I will want to see your face. Jodha says I will show such a dance that your friends will be happy. She leaves. Rahim says to Jodha that what are you doing? How can you say yes to this? You are a queen, you have status. I won't let this happen. I will kill Nisar. He brings out sword. Jodha stops him and says, you will not do anything like that. Jalal is in problem. If he is here then he will be part of function. And Nisar also said king will come. Rahim says you are a queen. Jodha says no, I am just a wife finding her husband, and for that if I have to cross my limits then I will do it. Doctor applies Jodha's cream to Jalal. Nisar comes to Jalal and asks about his health. Jalal says I am feeling good now. I will become fine soon and will go on hunting. Nisar says don't say like this. Hunting is not important. We are praying for you. Nisar thinks that you won't be able to go on hunting as till then my poison will hunt you down. Nisar says I have come to invite you. Some people requested us to let them stay here and they will dance in our function. You will feel good in function, but if your health is not fine then I will say no to them. Jalal says I also wanna leave this bed. Maybe I will good there. Nisar thanks him and says I hope you will not forget this function. He leaves. Jalal thinks I had to come in function to know who from my clan is ready to betray me on your instigation. The fake statement is created as ordered by Ruks. Dasa comes to Salima's room with food. She puts fake statement there and leaves. Salima starts checking statements and says to Financier Mirza that I forgot about Turkey's export. Take this statement and give to Todar. Salima says tell him that order should be ready on time. Jodha gets ready for party. Moti says thinks once again. What if Nisar recognize you? Jodha says he will not recognize me in this dress. Rahim says if anything happens then I am ready to attack. Jodha shows dagger and says don't worry. I am Lioness and Rajvanshi. Even if I have to take enemy's life for Jalal, I will do it. I will find him at any cost. Jalal gets ready. Mon asks do you really want to part of it? They can give you poison again. Jalal says I have to take this risk. Mon says I will come with you. Jalal asks why? Mon says I am not your minister but you are my uncle and guider. I promised Jodha to take care of you. I did one mistake but it won't happen this time. Jalal says I am proud of you. We have to find out who is involved with Nisar. Nisar says to English men that this time too I have put poison on Glass's corner. Slow poison will work slowly. Nobody will know that he died of poison. Everybody will think he died of fever. They laugh. Jalal comes there. They greet him. Jalal says to Nisar that I will like to enjoy dance. Nisar gives drink to Jala. Jalal takes it but doesn't drink. He starts coughing. Mon comes to him and deliberately strikes with Jalal. Glass falls from Jalal's hands. Nisar is tensed. Jalal coughs and says I am not feeling well. Mon says I will take him. You start function. Jalal is leaving. Jodha doesn't see his face and thinks who was he that returned so soon from function. Nisar says to ladies that start your dance. Jodha along with other ladies starts dancing. Jodha thinks where Jalal must be. They start leaving after dance but Nisar stops Jodha. He comes to her, sees her dress, she hides her face and asks what happened. Didn't you like our dance? Nisar says I liked it but I feel I have seen you somewhere. Jodha says how can you see me? I came to this city for first time. My face is common so it must be matching some other lady. Nisar says you are right. You dance well. He gifts her. Rahim says to Jodha that we have to leave this place soon. Nisar says can doubt us soon. Jodha says how can we leave without Jalal? He came here but is not seen here. I can't leave without Jalal. Rahim says I can't risk your life. We will go back to Agra and will come back here with full force to attack. Jodha says I can't take that risk. Jalal can be in danger. Rahim says we are leaving tomorrow and you have to accept it as Mariam Makani's order. One Englishman is drinking wine. Nisar comes and says you liked function. Englishman says that dancer was so exotic and I liked her very much. Nisar says consider her yours. I will make arrangements to send her to your tent tonight. He says our friendship will go far if you serve me like this. Nisar says but remember tribal ready are not easily pleased. He says she will be mine. I want her. Nisar leaves. Soldier comes to Jodha and says Nisar have message to serve his man tonight. You have to make him happy tonight. Jodha says I will come. He leaves. Rahim says where are you going? Moti says Nisar wants to send Jodha to entertain English men. Rahim says it's not good to go there. Jodha says I can take care of myself. This is the chance to go in tents and check. This is last chance as we are leaving tomorrow. Trust me, I can handle myself. Jodha comes in tent. Soldier asks where are you going? Jodha says I am finding tent of English man. He says go to other side. Jodha starts leaving but finds Murad there with Nisar. She is stunned. Jodha comes to Englishman's room. He smirks seeing her. He says so you have come. Jodha says Nisar has sent me to serve you. He asks her to sit. Don't worry. She sit down. He sit beside her and ask what's your name? I am Smith. Jodha says you wanna know my name? It's Fulwa. He says it's beautiful as like you. This dress looks amazing. Can I check your bangles? He tries to come closer to her but Jodha puts dagger on his neck and says don't even try to come close. He says you know English? She says yes I know it well. And what you think you can do anything? No you can't. Jodha says to Englishman that I am Jodha, wife of King Jalal and I am warrior too. He says no matter who you are, now that I like you, you cannot overpower me. Jodha tries to attack him with dagger but he throws her on bed. Jodha attacks him with dagger on neck. He dies. Jodha angrily looks at him.